Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the 2023 North Rock Creek faculty and graduates. You may be seated. Friends and family, it's quite an honor to serve as North Rock Creek Superintendent. And I want you to know that every person in here has made a profound difference and makes a profound impact on every one of these 72 young men and women that will graduate tonight. And it's important for our faculty that we walk in together because we want to showcase that every part makes up the whole and every part is crucial. So I'd like to extend a genuine thank you to this faculty of teachers and custodians and bus drivers, teacher assistants, secretaries, cooks, paraprofessionals, directors, coaches, substitutes, maintenance men, for all the sacrifices that you made this year and every single year for North Rock Creek. Thank you. And families, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your most prized possession. We know that they are a prize. Just during the school day, we see amazing things. I cannot begin to quantify all of the scholarships and accolades and successes that these fine young men and women received just this year. I can't wait to watch them serve their communities. They'll be teachers and architects and nurses and firefighters and soldiers, and many will find their careers through our career path of Gordon Cooper. And so I want to thank personally Superintendent Julie McCormick and the work that Gordon Cooper does to train our juniors and seniors to go out and work and be a part of our community. Thank you, Julie. I suppose on the most basic level, they're just really good kids. They are really good kids, and they've been a joy to be around. I am blessed, and our administrators are blessed to be a part of their life. I want to thank our Board of Education. I have 5 wonderful board members: Mr. Rick Goen, Mr. Adam Hester, Mrs. Sherry Stacy, Mr. Brian Blancett, and Mr. Chris White. Thank you for your service to our community. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to North Rock Creek's graduation. At this time, I'm so proud to bring 5 exceptional young ladies to this stage. Miss Hope Hanna, 2023 North Rock Creek valedictorian. Miss Abigail Smith and Miss Emma Monhay, 2023 salutatorians. Miss Tasia Murphy and Miss Sydney Balmez, NRC class officers. Would you please rise?
Good evening. Would you please join me in a word of prayer? Dear Heavenly Father, we gather before you today with grateful hearts as we celebrate this bittersweet occasion of graduation. We thank you for guiding us through the many challenges and triumphs of our academic journey and for giving us the strength and perseverance to overcome every obstacle. As we prepare to embark on the exciting next chapter of our lives, we ask for your continued provision and blessings over our lives. We pray that you would give us proper discernment as we make important decisions and abundant grace as we encounter new people and experiences. We also ask that you bless our families, friends, and loved ones who have supported us throughout every stage of life and are responsible for much of our success. We pray that you would give us the comfort and confidence in our ability to make this big step into adulthood. Finally, we ask that you would allow us to be a light to others and the salt of the earth, using our values and talents to make a positive impact on the world around us, and to always remember the principles that we have learned during our time here. We ask these things in your holy name. Amen.
Will you please remain standing and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the North Rock Creek School Creed.
Ready, recite.
I am a North Rock Creek student. I have great expectations for myself. I accept the challenge to become the best that I can be. Today's successes are now before me. Yesterday's failures are behind me. The decisions I make today will affect the rest of my life. I will make today the very best day of all. I accept the responsibility for my behavior and its results. I accept the challenge to learn. With my family and my teachers, I will determine what I will become. I will succeed.
You may now be seated.
At this time, Ms. Sydney Balmez will address her fellow 2023 graduates.
Good evening, friends, family, staff, and graduates. My name is Sydney Balmis, and I have been going to NRC for 13 years, making most of my memories here since I was little, which I can't remember most of, but I do remember thinking it was the end of the world when I experienced my first fire drill in kindergarten and crying because I had to share a locker with Sasha. Though traumatizing, these are core memories. However, the majority of my core memories are from the last 4 years. High school memories are the ones that we remember. Set high standards and few limitations for yourself. As Anthony Angelo best said, I think this defines the North Rock Creek experience, especially the last 4 years. We never had a limit. We were setting the standard high from the beginning. We just went for it. We were able to build up sports programs and take part in building clubs, such as Student Council, which I've been a part of since the beginning, and helping build up FCA while watching others grow as well, making lifelong friendships along the way. We've had the true pleasure of attending NRC, at least for 4 years, and many of us for 13 or 14. And for all these years, we have experienced firsthand the growth of this amazing school. My fellow classmates and I have been endlessly blessed with support and love from each teacher and staff member. We have learned so much more than what was on our syllabi, not only academically, but true real-life lessons, with every year getting better. The accomplishments of this school have been astounding. Though we are not the first graduating class, we still had part in the accomplishments. Track and softball state championships, volleyball, cross country, golf, archery, powerlifting, and basketball state qualifiers, as well as our drama department with their amazing performances. It was a privilege to be with a team that shows true success in having the chance to thrive and show leadership with the creative projects and student council that also kept the school community engaged. We have made memories that will last a lifetime. One thing that I wish I would have realized earlier in school is that there's always someone that looks up to you as their role model. Whether it's a family member, someone younger or older, a teammate, or even a classmate, there's someone there that looks up to you. Being a part of volleyball and a representative of student council, the underclassmen looked up to us. As we move on to achieve what the future has in store for us, some learned from our role models, we find that each of us has received a God-given gift to help and use others. Our support system is so much bigger than we think. Support from more than a parent or guardian, each teacher we have had since pre-K to seniors in high school have been here for us, and they always will. While writing this speech, I realized how many times I used the word build and we. We didn't build this school with bricks and plaster, but we built the school spirit. Our support staff helped build the adults that we are becoming, but we built the school clubs and sports. We helped build this community and so much more. Overall, my classmates and I today have set a pretty high standard to keep the classes after us wanting to achieve just as big and if not bigger dreams. Such a fast 14 years as a Cougar that I would never trade for the world. Thank you, NRC, for the best school experience. May our futures be bright and we change the world. Thank you and congratulations to the graduates.
Allie Meyer is an award-winning journalist from KFOR. She is the weekday morning anchor at News 4 and files investigative and feature reports for the 10 p.m. news. Allie has traveled the country chasing news stories, including the execution of Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh, the explosion of the NASA Columbia shuttle, and the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. Her work has earned her 9 regional Emmy Awards, an Edward R. Murrow Award, 4 National Gracie Awards. Allie's also a breast cancer survivor who documented her diagnosis, surgery, and survival as part of a series of special reports to raise awareness about screening mammograms. She and her husband have 4 daughters. They enjoy traveling, spending time volunteering in their community. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really excited to welcome to this stage Miss Allie Meyer.
Just a little shorter than you are, Doc. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I am thrilled to be here at North Rock Creek High School for the graduation for the class of 2023. almost as thrilled as I think our graduates are to be finishing their high school career. Wow, what a journey it has been. As you sit here this evening, I hope that this has been a super exciting week for everyone. Finishing finals, going to those very last classes. I hope for each of your families and your graduates that you're experiencing a personal picture show of memories. Some good core memories that your valedictorian mentioned a few moments ago. Maybe it's a short film for some of your families, or for some of you it may be a full-length feature film of special moments in the last 4 years, the last 14 years for some of the lifers here at North Rock Creek. Take a moment, guys, close your eyes, and remember what it was like to drop your little one off at pre-K for the first time. Guys, do you remember feeling nervous on the playground? What about in middle school when you made the team that you'd been trying out for? Or the moment you finally decided when you were going to go to college, where you were going to college, or maybe when your graduate decided what branch of the military they were going to join? Do you remember the best high school party you attended, kids? Keep that one to yourself, grandma's in the audience. Those collective memories have made your graduate who they are today. The dancer, the scientist, the painter, the mathematician, the writer, the engineer, the soldier. Be grateful as you are celebrating this momentous occasion. Be grateful for the hard moments your graduate experienced, the tears, the long nights, the disappointment, and the joy. That is the magic of raising a child. And for our graduates, that is the magic of growing up. I remember wishing I'd had a little bit more athletic talent when I was in high school. I tried hard. I made the JV squad. The high school I went to was a little bigger than this one. And I know that so many can relate, not being able to make the team or not getting into the AP class, not getting the recommendation that you were hoping from your teacher. But as I look back on those years, now I'm grateful for the tryouts where I got cut from the team. It gave me the tenacity to get back in the gym and the courage to try again. Those life lessons stuck with me in college when I got cut from the sorority that I wanted to rush, which was sad and embarrassing, mortifying really, but it turned out to be a blessing for me because in college, then I had the time to intern at the CBS station in Syracuse, New York. And because I didn't join a sorority, I had a lot of extra money, so I didn't need to spend so much time waiting tables, and I could really pour myself into that internship at WTVH Eyewitness News 5. It turned out to be pretty life-changing for me because the first day of my internship also happened to be the first day for the news director at WTVH, who didn't realize that I was only a sophomore in college. He thought I was more like a senior, and so at the end of that summer, he offered me a job part-time doing feature stories and updating the web and managing the news desk. It was heaven. So thank goodness those Tri-Delts didn't want me because WTVH did, and that job helped me get great material for a demo reel, which eventually landed me a job here in Oklahoma City. I don't know if you guys know this, but Oklahoma City is actually a hotbed of news. It's Tornado Alley, first of all. Tornadoes bring out all kinds of interesting people, don't they? I know you guys have experienced tornadoes here. Oklahoma, home of the Tiger King, right? He's become a worldwide sensation, but here in Oklahoma, we've known about Joe Exotic for a very long time. And the truth is, if you think about it, many of us have a neighbor a lot like Joe Exotic. Am I right? People here do all kinds of interesting things. So in the news business, let's just say we call it job security. Kidding aside, Oklahoma is a wonderful place to grow up. It's a wonderful place to raise a family. Be grateful that you have raised your children here in Oklahoma. I know many of these graduates are ready to jet. I remember the feeling. I grew up in Indiana, and as a high school senior in Indiana, we always said, there's nothing to do in Indiana. But then when I went to college in New York, Those same kids in New York said there's nothing to do in upstate New York. So remind your high school graduate of a little secret that every senior can't wait to be done. They're excited about what's next, and it's understandable. Many of you graduates will spread your wings and move to another town, maybe a different part of the state. Maybe you'll move to a different state or even a different country. Enjoy the scenery where you go, but also cherish your hometown. These graduates are going to miss it here more than they realize. Oklahoma is well known for producing tough people. We lived through the Dust Bowl, right? Then the oil bust of the 1980s. Many of us can remember that. The bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah building in the 90s. Heck, we lived through tornado season every spring. You wonder if you're going to live through tornado season every year. It makes us tough. I know many of your families have been impacted by 2 serious tornadoes that touched down here in Shawnee last month. Your families are living proof that we are hardy people. It is baked in here in Oklahoma. That tenacity will be an asset for our graduates on their journey, whether they stay here in Oklahoma or wherever their travels may take them. My advice to the graduates is this: push through. You may be in a difficult spot right now, but push through. Do not quit. There is a lesson and a blessing on the other side of adversity. I mean, remember, these are pandemic kids. They can do anything. Do you remember the spring of their freshman year? That spring break that turned into summer break, that turned into online classes and a disrupted school schedule, 2 years of total chaos in the world when these graduates were trying to go to high school. If these students can get through that, they can accomplish anything. The class of 2023 is the most resilient generation of humans in the history of the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Their world came crashing down on them when they were just figuring out who they are, and they pushed through. They had sporting events canceled, and they pushed through. Concerts canceled, recitals, ACT testing, field trips, school assemblies, even the movie theaters canceled. Imagine going to high school without being able to go to the movies on a Friday night. The list goes on and on. When we think back, we remember how heartbreaking it was. As the parent of 4 pandemic kids, ages 12 to 18 years old, I remember my heart breaking for my kids who lost so much social time, some learning. A lot was taken from these kids during the pandemic, and they pushed through. Yes, there was loss, but there were also gains. They found a way to work through the challenges of those months, and they came out stronger. They figured out how to do online school, which will make them better prepared for academic success in college because of the way they were forced to work independently. They did it. They are finishing high school now, North Rock Creek Cougars, headed out into the real world. These graduates are remarkable. So remember that when times get tough. When your graduate calls you because they've got a huge paper due in college and they haven't started yet. Or when your son calls you to tell you his girlfriend dumped him for his best friend. Or maybe if they don't get the promotion they deserve. These kids made it through high school during a worldwide pandemic. They can do anything. We are celebrating academic accomplishment and the value that these graduates bring into the world this evening. They all have this in common. They are graduating from high school. They passed the tests, they acquired the knowledge. By definition, all of these graduates are college and career ready, and in that way, they are all the same. But I would argue the more interesting thing about the class of 2023 is their collective differences. The diversity they offer makes us better. As I look around this room, I see families from different backgrounds, different cultures, different life experiences. That diversity makes us stronger. It makes all of us more resilient and, importantly, more empathetic. Think about the friends sitting next to you, graduates, who grew up in a different neighborhood, traveled to a different place, experienced different traumas, maybe celebrated different holidays. When we embrace the humanity that connects us, we open ourselves up to new ideas and a new approach to the world's problems. We learn from each other, and after all, isn't that the goal? Because learning doesn't stop in high school. I know these guys are hungry for a break from the monotony of high school learning, but my hope for these graduates is that they will continue to learn every day. Those of you headed to college, there will be no shortage of learning there, of course. Those of you who will be learning a trade, well, they are in for a lifetime of learning. Albert Einstein got it right when he said, "Intellectual growth shall commence at birth and cease only at death." As these graduates enter the world beyond graduation, they will carry with them this appreciation of learning and of diversity. I hope they seek out opportunities to learn something new and different, to engage with people of different backgrounds. I hope they learn from the differences of their neighbors. I hope they challenge their own assumptions, their own bias, and even more importantly, I hope that each of these graduates are open to being challenged by others. One of the great things about my job as a journalist is I get to meet all kinds of folks. We talked about Joe Exotic earlier, but I love it that I get to meet people that look different than me, that think differently than I do. On the one hand, it can be scary, but it can also be wonderful. Today, I interviewed U.S. Senator James Langford at work. I have had the privilege of interviewing every living former governor in the state of Oklahoma, a handful of celebrities. But I've also been privileged to be invited to death row to interview inmates sentenced to die. I have met authors and doctors and judges, and for the most part, all these different people have a unique way of looking at the world. I consider myself lucky to imagine life from their perspective. In the words of writer and poet Maya Angelou, we should all know that diversity makes us a rich tapestry, and we must understand that the threads of that tapestry are equal in value, no matter the color. As these graduates sit here today, ready to receive their diplomas, they are filled with excitement and anticipation for the future. Understandably, they have worked so hard to get to this point, and we should all be proud of what they've accomplished. But as you look ahead, graduates, I want to challenge you to consider how you can make a difference in the world. Each and every one of these students has the potential to make a positive impact. It doesn't matter if they're planning to become an astronaut, a teacher, an architect, or maybe an entrepreneur. They plan on owning their own business or taking over the family business. Each one of us can contribute in a meaningful way. As these graduates are making important decisions about their future, I hope they ask themselves this question: does my work help people? Am I contributing to a better world? Because if the only goal is to make a bunch of money, they may be destined for an unfulfilling life. A truly rich life is one filled with curiosity. I challenge these graduates to be curious. Curiosity is the driving force behind innovation. It is what leads us to question the status quo, to challenge our assumptions, and to seek out new ideas and new perspectives. So graduates, be curious about the world around you. Ask questions, be open to new ideas, and never stop learning. One thing I found about appreciating the differences among us is that it often leads to compassion. And I encourage each of our graduates to be compassionate. The world needs more compassion right now. Many of these students turned 18 this year and voted for the first time. If you've made any observations about our current political climate, you've surely noticed the world is terribly divided. Many so-called adults spend their time tearing down people on Facebook, on TV, in person, trying to will the world to see things the exact same way that they do. Far too many Americans are focused on our differences rather than trying to understand our neighbor's perspective with compassion. It's easy to surround yourself with people that think just like you. It is harder to seek out opportunities to be compassionate. So graduates, try volunteering. Try donating to charity or simply being kind, because kindness creates a ripple effect that can change the world. Paying it forward with kindness will leave the world better than you found it, and that takes courage. So be courageous, my friends. Making a difference in the world is a brave goal. It requires risk. It requires standing up for what you believe in, speaking out against injustice. True courage is when you are willing to fail and get back up and try again. Life is full of hard choices, but the good news is we can do hard things. Hello, pandemic graduates. We have already established the class of 2023 is remarkable. I'm not a bit worried about them. In my home, we have a saying which we unapologetically stole from the movie We Bought a Zoo, starring Matt Damon. Benjamin Mee was telling the kids the story of how he met their mother, who had passed away, and he explained to his son and his daughter, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of embarrassing bravery. And I promise you something great will come of it. Benjamin Mee was right, because Matt Damon is always right. 20 seconds of insane courage. So think of Benjamin Mee the next time your graduate is faced with some difficulty. Encourage them to perform one courageous act at a time and build a lifetime of dreams. Every time you are braver, you are inspiring others to have that same kind of insane courage. Mahatma Gandhi famously said this, "Be the change you want to see in the world." As you leave these halls, graduates, and embark on the next chapter, I challenge you to push through. Celebrate our differences. Be curious, compassionate, and courageous. Work together to create a better world by spreading kindness. I think we can all agree that there is no wiser sage than Dr. Seuss. And so, graduates, I leave you with these words. Today, you are you. That is truer than true. There was no one alive who is youer than you. Congratulations, North Rock Creek High School graduates. The very best of luck in your future adventures. Thank you.
Thank you, Allie. Please welcome our North Rock Creek High School principal, Mr. Chad Brooking.
We're doing graduates first and then I speak later.
Along with our other high school principal, Mr. MacDonald, Justin MacDonald, and our senior sponsors, Mrs. Jenny Barnett and Ashley Moody, will join me for diploma presentations.
Hope Isabella Hanna. Emma Renee Monhay. Abigail Michelle Smith. Tansy Palmyra Brooks. Hannah Paige Ethisham. Callie Jane Haney. Alexandra Victoria Kuchenka. Nicole Taylor Adcock. Grayson Edward Arthur. Emerson Claire Askew. Caitlin Wanieve Bach. Sydney Elise Balmez. Caleb Blake Boatman. Holden Chad Brooking. Journey Faith Burke. Benjamin Tyler Campbell. Cesar Antonio Chavez. Nicholas Aaron Combs. Tate Brennan Connor. Jordan Miko Cootie. Caleb Ray Cook. Hallie Peyton Cousins. Braden Kendall Cozart. Tyler Matthew Cruz. Brittany Michelle Delk. Christian Joel Dennis. Brooklyn Ann Dunnigan. London Blake Fields. Chloe Lynn Fowler. James Patrick Glenn. Cameron Aubrey Green. Symphony Sailor Faye Green. Blake Matthew Haskins. Jonathan Paul Hawkins. Lily Noel Heron. Alexandria Jewel Hodges. Chloe Ray Horton. Nicholas Wayne Hull. Brianna Lee Humphrey. Anna Diane James. Cambry Elizabeth Jones. Tristan Bryce Kasika. Jason William Lancaster. Tommy Cade Landis. Katie Lee Larson. Justin Michael Lewis. Jensen Brian Logan. Cassidy Faye Malone. Liam Gallo Manley. Caitlin Alexandria Masquez. Jace Dylan McCrae. Gabrielle Grace Morris. Tasia Danae Murphy. Caitlin Sierra Naneto. Mia Grace Perryman. Dominic Davis Radford. Coolidge Camber Rindelman. Bailey Sky Ricker. Carmela Maria Lace Ringwald. Jacob Leroy Simon. Jillian Jade Spoon. Olivia Starr Stacy. Donald Earl Stafford. Trevor Douglas Story. Kinsey Luann Tosh. Brooklyn Paige Tucker. Jacob Denver Dwayne Vincent. Kane Ulysses Wawasik. Keisha Lee Wiggins. Rebecca Elise Williams. Caden Shane Woodard. Riley Ray Woodard.
Good evening. I'm Chad Brooking, one of the high school principals. In case you were wondering what the students were handing me, it was $20 bills. Thank you, parents. It was actually tiny bow ties because Mr. McDonald and I love our bow ties, and we wear one as often as possible. When Mr. Moody and this board hired me in 2013 to teach middle school science, these students were third graders. This class is very special to me because my son Holden is graduating with this group, and I've had the opportunity to get to know these students through class parties and other school activities. Before having the privilege of being chosen as an administrator in this district, my last year in the classroom was teaching sixth grade science and coaching half of these students in fifth grade athletics. I think only 3 of them still play. You're welcome, coaches. I have many great memories from the last 10 years of NRC, teaching, mentoring, advising, and from time to time, correcting the behavior of these young ladies and gentlemen. Students, the turning of the tassel has been the last thing a student performs at graduation, but it has a significant meaning. The history behind the turning of the tassel for graduation tassels dates back to the 14th century and was used by European universities to symbolize the level of academic achievement. This symbolism has now been replaced with cords and stoles that you see some of our graduates wearing tonight. The tassel flip from right to left has become a tradition within the last 50 years to signify the completion of a high school or college degree when the student becomes the graduate. More than anything, the tassel symbolizes memories of the time you spent getting to this point in your life. Your family, your friends, your favorite classes, favorite teachers, and of course, your favorite principals. Seniors, please rise. Seniors, at this time, you may turn your tassels and consider yourself graduates. Members of the audience, please rise. and remain at your seats throughout the recessional performed by Mr. Toppy Lincecum and the pride of NRC.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending our graduation ceremony. We would like to invite you to the front of the high school where we'll have our ceremonial throwing of the caps. We appreciate you guys and we appreciate your support of North Rock Creek School. Have a great summer.